Hello, Realtors. Welcome to the SCR Update. This is episode number 378. It is December 22nd, 2025, and this is your go-to source for what's happening in the world of real estate and how it impacts you and your business. It's not actually December 22nd. We are pre-recording this. It is the week before. Director Mike is making sure that we've got all the latest news and updates ready for you. But we're going to be taking a little bit of time off around Christmas to spend time with our family and friends. I hope you get to do the same and make some wonderful memories this holiday season. Happy holidays to all of you. Happy Hanukkah, and for everyone celebrating this time of year. We wish you all the best. For you and your family. Stay safe as you're traveling and all the hustle and bustle that is just part of the fun of the season. So let's get into this week's news. There's been a lot of talk about Google getting into real estate search, but is this really something new? I'm sure you've probably thought, well, Google's been around for a while. Haven't they tried this before? Yes, obviously Google has experimented with real estate features before, but this new initiative, which is currently being tested, I think, in just one or two markets, is causing some concern for the real estate portals out there due to its direct integration into search results. So Google has a history of trying to enter the real estate space, and they've had some mixed results. And usually those mixed results means they've had to pull back, resulted in failures. But you learn from your failures, right, Realtors? If you remember, in the mid-2000s, there was something called Google Base. Google allowed users to upload property listings, and it gained some traction, but it eventually shut down as it became very cluttered and difficult to manage. Google Maps Real Estate, this was the late 2000s, I think 2009 or 10, something in that time frame. Google integrated real estate listings directly into Google Maps. They partnered with a few select listing services, but shut it down, I believe, in 2011, mainly because it just wasn't being used. And they realized that MLS data was very fragmented. That landscape was complex and not easy to navigate, even for somebody like as big as Google. So Google essentially decided, hey, we'll let the big real estate portals handle the heavy lifting of data aggregation. And Google also even tried to throw in a comparison tool for mortgages, but shut that down in 2016. I think that was called Google Compare. It's like when they compare flights. You could go on there and check different flight information. I think they were doing that for mortgage products too, for a time. But the news that's causing the stir today is that Google is testing a new ad format for real estate listings that appear directly in search results. This is very similar to how Google shows flight prices or hotel bookings directly at the top of the search page. And they're testing a very similar module for real estate. Now, reports indicate that this current test is in partnership with a couple of companies, but the difference now being that instead of just links to the portals, users, the individuals doing the search, see photos and prices and details on Google and can click, request a tour or contact an agent without ever visiting the portal's actual website. Now, the market's reacted to this. We've seen fluctuations in these portals' stock prices this week that I believe reflect a real fear that Google could disrupt the portal business model entirely. Well, we've heard that before. We know that these portals rely on SEO, this free search traffic for a huge chunk of their visitors. And if Google answers users' search queries, homes for sale in Colombia, for example, And if they answer these questions directly on the results page, those users may never go to a real estate portal to click. So this is the I guess what the techie folks call the zero click phenomenon that that's hurt other industries like the travel and other weather sites and things like that. So these portals, make money by selling leads. If Google allows users to contact an agent directly from the search result, Google becomes the lead generator, cutting these portals out of the transaction. The risk here is that if Google controls the top of the funnel, so to speak, and if they decide to prioritize their own listing widget over these other portals, then these portals could get squeezed, their margins could get squeezed, and forced to pay for new traffic where they were getting it for free before. So while Google has failed at trying to get into real estate before, I don't think we can count out this tech giant. They certainly are trying again in 2025, and this could expand into 2026. They certainly have the sophistication, the technology, and a very powerful AI engine that can help drive this. So will they be successful? Will they aggregate MLS data or partner with somebody who can do this for them? I don't know the answers to that, but it's definitely, I think, seen as a threat to the online portals and their current model of being kind of the starting point for home search. So let's switch gears, Mike, and let's jump into our new segment that we launched last week called "Don't Do That." This is the segment where we highlight the common mistakes, ethical slip-ups, and risky business practices you need to avoid. So from compliance headaches to client horror stories, we're here to help keep you out of hot water. And today, we're going to focus on etiquette and professionalism. And I know there are many behaviors out there that drive realtors crazy. I'm going to focus on 3 behaviors today that drive your fellow realtors crazy and potentially exposing you to liability. First, let's get right into it and let's talk about the lockbox leak. Here's the scenario. You're running late to a showing appointment. Your buyers are texting you from the driveway. You panic and you text them, "Hey, I'm really sorry I'm late. Here's the code for the lockbox. Just let yourselves in." Realtors, don't do that. And here's why. This could be a career ender for you. It's a security breach, obviously. That seller trusted you, the licensed, background checked professional, to enter their home. They did not consent to have strangers wandering around their property unsupervised. The liability is 100% on you. If something goes missing, if they track mud on the white carpet, or they accidentally let the indoor cat out, that is on you. You weren't there to stop it. It violates the MLS rules too. Most MLSs strictly prohibit providing access codes to unlicensed individuals. You could be fined, or even worse, lose your MLS access. So the fix is easy. Tell your clients, "Hey, I know traffic happens. I know clients get impatient, but the answer is, the answer is, hey, client, I'm so sorry I'm running late. For everyone's safety and the seller's security, I can't give you the code, but I'm just a few minutes away. Please be patient. Please wait for me in the car, and I will get us in the moment I arrive. Your value is in your presence. Don't outsource your job to a keypad." Realtors, don't do that. All right. So next up is the screenshot bully. Now here's the scenario. You see a new listing with terrible photos, maybe a blurry finger or a shot of a toilet seat that's left up, or just something that's just totally inappropriate. Or maybe you see another agent make a typo in the remarks, And what do? You screenshot it, you post it to a private Facebook group. We've all talked about that before, right? And you say, can you believe this agent? LOL. Making fun and mocking somebody. Realtors, don't do that. And you know why. South Carolina is a small state. The agent you are mocking today is the listing agent on the offer you need to get accepted tomorrow. Article 15 of the Code of Ethics says we must refrain from making false or misleading statements, but general professionalism goes even further. Your digital footprint is permanent. And if you are known as the agent who bashes others online, no one's going to want to work with you. So if you see a mistake, send them a kind, direct message. Say, hey, just a heads up, there's a typo in your remarks. Realtors, be a colleague, not a troll. So don't do that, realtors. And finally, the most common offense is we get a lot of complaints about is being the feedback ghost. And here's a scenario. You know what I'm going to say. You show a home, the listing agents, showing time or central lock system, whatever, your local MLS provides, sends you a feedback request. And what do? You delete it. You completely ignore it. They send you a text. You ghost them completely because your client just wasn't that interested in the property. Realtors, don't do that. And here's why. We all answer to sellers, and that listing agent has a client asking them, what did they think? What did they think about my home? Feedback is data. If the house smells like a wet dog or smells like smoke, or the price is, over market based on your data and research, let the agent know. That feedback helps the agent get a repair or a fix or an update. Silence helps no one. It only takes a few seconds to respond, to be kind, provide that feedback, open the app, rate the showing. Maybe sometimes you just have to write one sentence. Client didn't like the floor plan. Hit send. Treat other agents the way you want to be treated when you're working with a seller. So, realtors, there you have it. Keep your codes private, be kind online, and always share your honest feedback. Simple stuff that makes our industry better. And just a reminder to all realtors, don't do that. So, Mike, I think that's going to wrap up our updates for 2025. We have produced dozens and dozens of videos this year. I think you've counted them. We've maybe done almost 100 different videos this year. And whether it's at the State House, whether it's here in the studio or on location and local associations around the state, thank you for making the team always look fantastic and great. And to all the realtors out there, please have a wonderful holiday season. We're wishing you all the best in the new year and looking forward to continuing to improve the service that we provide. All of you, all of our realtor members. So realtors, stay safe. Happy holidays again, and stay realtor strong. We'll be back in touch in 2026. Take care, everyone.